back to the 13th episode of Mini Writing Workshop. I'm Pratiksha Manglikar, and in this 15 episode series, we'll improve our writing skills in just 5 minutes per episode. I hope this writing series is helping you and your writing is improving day by day. Today, we are diving into the art of flashbacks. Flashbacks are powerful tools that can add depth and context to your writing by revealing important background information. Let us look at this classic example. I'm sure you have watched this movie on Set Max. Okay, so Shah Rukh and Salman are in the beginning of the movie, they are named as Ajay and Vijay, and they are living their everyday lives. And it so happens that they come in front of one another and they realize that there is a sort of, some sort of connection between them. Okay, actually, one is supposed to kill the other, but that does not happen, and instead they end up meeting in the jail. And that is when there is a flashback scene where they realize they are Durga Singh's sons, who are named as Karan and Arjun. So what had happened is Durga Singh, wants to avenge her husband's death, and the Thakur, who is actually the villain, needs to be killed. So Durga Singh has prayed to goddess Kali to return her sons Karan and Arjun, who were killed in the past. But after some 20 years, they are reborn as Ajay and Vijay. So Ajay and Vijay have this flashback. They get to know that they are Karan and Arjun. And the story continues, and the revenge also is taken. So see how important flashback is in this particular movie. So like that flashback can really help us to get to know more about the background of that story. So what's a flashback? A flashback is a scene that takes place earlier than the main story's timeline. In movies they usually show it in black and white to show the stark difference that it's the past. It's used to provide background information, add more depth to the characters, and also explains the motivations. What is happening now is actually related to something that has happened in the past. Flashbacks helps the readers to understand the context and the reasons behind the current events. Flashbacks are particularly useful for revealing a character's backstory. Also, it's helpful in developing the plot by explaining the past events that impact the present and enhancing the emotional depth of a scene. Use them to enrich your narrative and give your readers a deeper connection to your story. To use flashbacks effectively, make sure that they transition seamlessly into the narrative. They shouldn't feel out of the place. Also, use clear indicators such as changes in tone or visual cues or even specific phrases to signal that there is a shift in time. Like I already told you, in movies, they use a black and white scene. Most importantly, ensure that each flashback is relevant and directly supports the current plot or the character development. These are the common pitfalls to avoid. We must be cautious of overusing flashbacks. They can disrupt the flow of your story because you are constantly shifting from past to present, like present to past and so on. So always use flashbacks sparingly wherever it is important only. Ensure that transitions are clear to avoid confusion of your readers, okay? Because when they are reading, they shouldn't you shouldn't constantly shift between past and present. And remember, each flashback should serve a purpose and add more value, add more meaning to your story, and do not just use them to fill the space. Here's a practical exercise for you. Write a brief flashback for a character in your story and integrate it smoothly into a current scene. You can choose any example for that matter. Focus on making the transition seamless and ensuring that flashback enhances the reader's understanding and the character plot. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Mini Writing Workshop. It's very encouraging where more and more learners are joining me every day. We are now a team of 400 plus dedicated followers. Don't forget to subscribe to catch our next episode where we'll explore editing and revising strategies. Happy writing and keep shining.